The industry is having to react to a big, dramatic, and really quick change in demand for their product. Having lived through 9/11, I can say it does feel like that in terms of the just aversion for air travel. People want to avoid spaces, and you can understand why. Even though the demand destruction that has happened is like 9/11, I don't believe this event is like 9/11. My name is Ben Ball Danza. I've spent my whole career in the commercial airline business, mostly in the United States. For 11 years, I was the CEO of Spirit Airlines through their transformation into what the industry now calls an ultra-low-cost carrier model. And I teach a class at George Mason University. It's a class called Airline Economics. And in the class, I teach the students the way airlines make decisions across a whole range of ideas. The industry was forced to restructure dramatically after 9/11. I worked at US Airways at that point. Going into 9/11, we had 420 airplanes. Coming out, we had 270 airplanes. And that change was sort of mirrored in a lot of the industry. The industry structurally shrunk after 9/11. And I don't see that happening to the industry right now. There are fewer players now than at 9/11, thanks to the consolidation that happened between 2008 and 2012. And balance sheets are dramatically stronger than they were at 9/11. So most of the US airlines have a lot of cash. They're making the decisions they need to make to protect as much of that cash as possible. Don't fly flights that are likely to lose cash. In the very short term, meaning in the next 30 days or so, most of the airlines' costs are fixed. They're paying for the airplanes. Most of the flight crews, the pilots and flight attendants, have already bid for their flights, meaning they've already chosen which flights they're going to fly. So the airline's committed to pay them for that. You know, the worst case scenario would be maybe a 14 or 30-day national quarantine. Now, if you had no flights, then airlines would be in big hunker down movement. And you'd see a lot of people temporarily maybe furloughed or let go, or people not earning money in that time, at least from their company, with no revenue coming to the airline. What's unclear is on day 31, or when this ends, how do they get bookings? How long will it take to rebuild the booking curve? So a 30-day quarantine could end up being 60 or 90 days of real economic pain for the industry. I don't mean to be glib saying this, but it doesn't really help to worry. What helps is like, what can you control? And what I would worry about, if anything, is are we doing everything we can do? Are we doing everything for our people, for our customers, for our business, for our balance sheet, so that, you know, at some point when things reverse from this, are we going to be in the strongest position possible? And have we thought of everything? Can we do more? I think there are a group of people who are staying very close to what's happening in Washington. And if there is going to be any sort of relief for the airline industry, what does that look like?
We have to back the airlines. It's not their fault. In fact, they were having a record season. Everybody was. They were having record seasons, and then this came out, and it came out from nowhere. So not their fault, but we're going to be backing the airline, yeah.
We've not seen anything exactly like this, but I think there's a sense that at some point in the future, people will want to fly again, and demand will be high again, and prices will be good again. And we just don't know. Is that May? Is that August? Is that 2021?